Good morning and welcome to the first edition of College Baseball Saturday, brought to you by the Head First Podcast. I am JP Sponseller, joined as always by Cole Harding and Corey Klingenbeck. And today, our first guest picker, there was no one better than to help us kick off this show here. We got Jack Delongchamps. Actually, I ran in the booth this weekend in Conway, South Carolina. Jack, how we doing this weekend?
Come on, boyos. Another day in paradise. Honored to be on board as you guys get this thing kick-started. Ladies and gentlemen, all I can say is let's get ready to rumble. Babe.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Needed it.
Obviously, been waiting all year for opening day yesterday. Opening weekend, first Saturday of the year. Boys are getting out there. Maybe catching some dew on the grass. No Friday night game. Getting out there, getting their feet wet a little bit. Getting some early morning BP vibes going. So our layout for this show, usually we got a couple segments before we will get into our matchups. The first segment we will have is Midweek Madness, where we will cover all of our upsets and midweek upsets. But boys, the amount of upsets that we had in opening day of college baseball yesterday was unbelievable. I'm going to rattle a couple off here, and I want you guys to hop in and give your thoughts if you caught anything from the game. First one being our first game of the season yesterday. Houston taking down number 21 Wake Forest in Puerto Rico. Those boys came out hot and against an experienced Wake Forest starter. Very impressive things to show from the Big 12 early this year.
Dude, that's what I was saying. You get a hot team that's in Houston, Texas year round. And I, tailed off everybody else. I went Wake Forest because, everybody had to go Wake Forest. So I was just doing Wake Forest. And it's Houston, Texas. They're going down to Puerto Rico to play in warm weather while Wake Forest is in North Carolina. They just got a foot of snow 2 weeks ago. Like, should have went Houston. I mean, Good God.
I had a bad feeling about it, but
Houston's got some arms, man. I remember when we played them first year, we both went to the Big 12. Their bullpen was legit.
Yeah,
it was like everyone was 94 plus. It was like hard sink, good breaking ball. Like they got some arms. So I think they'll be a fun team to watch, especially on the map.
Mm-hmm. I think you're all over it, Cole. I think that game has a lot more to do with Houston than it does Wake. I'm like that. I wouldn't pump the brakes quite yet on the hype train for the Deeks. I think this has a lot more to do about a Houston team that's starting to figure it out and it's starting to clean itself up a little bit.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. One thing I like too that I saw, we got my guy Kyle Cheeseborough from Mississippi State moving over to Houston. He had those boys doing some fake bunts, some slashes yesterday. Yeah. They were getting some stuff going on offense yesterday. That was good to see.
Elite.
All right, our next upset. We had the Michigan State Spartans roll into Louisville, Kentucky, and take down the Cardinals. Maybe a little Omaha hangover, a little Omaha blues for the Cardinals yesterday. Number 8 team in the country goes down. Huge win for the Spartans.
That was light work for them. I feel like that they kind of went in there and, they just took care of business. Like Louisville, I was like, what are we doing here? They were down the whole game. I was like, this is brutal. I mean, Louisville, Kentucky. Let's go.
It was one of those low scoring. You could see maybe some buttholes start to get a little puckered there. When you're the number 8 team and you're facing that 1-run deficit in the late innings, that's what I started to see yesterday out of the Cardinals.
Unbelievable.
And our next one, they strike again. If you remember last year, this team took down Virginia on opening day. The Michigan Wolverines, man, take down Dax Whitney in the Oregon State Beavers, another team that was in Omaha, drops their opener. This was one that was super shocking to me, just given the starting pitching. I know this was in my pick of the day. Oregon State was one of the teams, and they didn't get a ton going off Dax Whitney, but enough to keep him in the game until they got over to the bullpens and then busted 2 runs there in the 8th and ended up getting the 5-3 win over Oregon State.
That's good. That's good ball.
Another one, UAB rolling into the swamp and taking down Liam Peterson on a Friday night. I was absolutely shocked by this one. I didn't see this one coming from a mile away.
I don't know where you start with this one, but that's That's brutal for the Gators in Gainesville. Like, how did Liam Peterson, you're up for preseason pitcher of the year, this, that, I don't know what it is, but,
just the early year. I think it's just early year, early in the year, man. Sometimes you know how it goes. Like, sometimes it takes a guy's a few starts or a lineup a few games just to when you're finally seeing new arms or facing a different team.
Yeah.
And
going in somewhere as an underdog.
Yeah, we can't blow anything out of the water. These teams will all be fine as we get going here. But, I think it's just early in the year, these guys, maybe they weren't ready to play. I don't know. Maybe it was just some –
Nah, y'all remember too, yeah, it's this idea too, boys. Like, we all put our pants on the exact same way.
Yeah.
Like, especially for a school like UAB, plays in a dang good conference, really awesome staff that's won a ton of games. And again, I think it's another team that you're like, ooh, they can make some noise in that league this year. But it's also like every single one of those dudes, just like every one of us on this call, has like been an underdog with a chip on his shoulder. And I get to go into Florida, and like that's our kind of World Series, if you will. If we get to go topple those guys, it sets the tone. And I think especially in that first weekend where a lot of guys still on pitch counts are like, oh man, like what the hell does this look like?
Right.
The margin and the talent has never been so close, I think, in my opinion, right? From the top conferences in this country to mid-majors.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a super interesting point because I feel like maybe the first year, and you kind of saw it in some other sports, right? Like the first year of NIL portal, everyone saw a big gap and thought that would kind of continue to trend that way. But maybe we're starting to see baseball catch around like some of these other sports, and you're starting to see that gap close where all these mid-major teams are able to recruit some absolute dudes. I mean, I know my brother coaching at the Division II level, I mean, he just mentioned like seeing the arms that they see compared to when he was in Division II baseball back in 2017. I mean, you got D2 arms out there, 91, 92, all their weekend starters. So I just think the talent level across college baseball is just continue to rise for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, you see that in high school even now, like the good areas for high school baseball. It's like there's maybe a team has a couple starters where guys are running it in the nines.
Yeah.
I think it's just crazy. I mean, everyone's getting a lot more talented. I think there's a ton of talent all over the country, and it's being shown.
Yeah. All right. Well, I had three more games that maybe not massive upsets, but definitely opened some eyes yesterday. The Washington State Cougars taking down the Crimson Tide in Alabama. Huge win for them. Texas Rio Grande Valley hosting the Kansas Jayhawks. A lot of teams were big on, or a lot of people were big on Houston in this preseason. Huge win for the Vaqueros. And then the last one, I respect this program, but I absolutely hate them. The Xavier Musketeers rolling into the jungle and taking down Ethan Norby on a Friday night. Definitely a little bit of a panic probably for those Pirate fans. I know they had a lot of excitement. Everyone just pumped the brakes, like we just said. It's one game. Let's let these boys get dirty a little bit. And, let's let a full weekend play out first.
I watched a healthy amount of that game, and ECU was 1 for 16 with runners in scoring position.
Brutal. Yeah. They couldn't do anything.
They're going to be all right. They were taking a lot of strikes, a lot of strike threes. So I think they'll be all right.
I feel like that's how Godwin over there coached, and they're always been patient, and they always will. I feel like that's part of their plan.
Make you throw strikes, but I mean, I'll give credit to Xavier. They were filling up the zone pretty well. So
and making plays on defense. There were a couple high pressure situations where they really kind of locked it in and didn't let the game speed up on them there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, now we got two shout-outs here from yesterday's slate before we move into today's action. First one, how about Tice Armstrong from Baylor? Kid hit 3 grand slams yesterday. I got a highlight here that's going to show you into his 3rd grand slam of the night.
Back to play in the 2-0 to Tyson. He swings and hits a ball deep to left field. Back goes the left fielder. Look it up. It's gone! No way! It is out of here. The game is over. They walk it off. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Ty Armstrong has done it again, kids.
Tom, I just Googled Jim LaFountain. The headline is Jim LaFountain and college baseball's unbreakable record. He hit 3 grand slams in a game for the NCAA record. Ty Armstrong has tied it.
There we go. Tice Armstrong from Baylor tying an NCAA record. Boys, how about 3 home runs and 12 RBIs on your stat line in night 1?
Yeah. That's going to look good the rest of the year. That's going to be going up the ladder, I hope, for that dude, because that dude can actually rake. Like, he came from a small – did you see he came from UTA?
Yeah.
Came from UTA, played at UTA, and I think for 4 years, and then went over to Baylor. Baylor's crowd, though, night 1? Are we serious? Let's go.
I mean, I'm sure the weather was pretty nice down there. Had to be, right?
And, you know, like, you always get good – I feel like you always have to have good crowds in Big 12 Southern baseball. Like, we went down there 2 years ago, our first year in the Big 12, and there might have been like 100 fans in the stands all weekend. Yeah. But like that stadium, if you guys have been there, that stadium is kind of sick. I like the place.
The
ball looked like it was flying though too. I mean, he was getting the ball
also didn't know it was for the walk-off run rule. Also,
There's levels to this. Let's say there's no run rule. You're telling me he's going to have another at bat later in the game.
The record.
Sorry, we could. I mean, I'm just saying, like Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber. You're telling me there's a chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tice, where you at, baby? Let's go,
boys. We got to have a bigger conversation too. You're talking to a career 231 hitter. No big deal. Whatever. I'm just telling you, three Genos in one afternoon. I might hang them up.
Yeah.
If I go grand slam, if I had 3 grand slams, I might walk to the podium, aka my pencil, and let the world know I'm done. I don't care. I couldn't do that in Williamsport at 29 years old if I went and played there in late August.
Well, I got some context for you, Jack, as a 200 hitter myself. I thought it was really cool when I did this back in 2022. I did hit 3 home runs in a game. Now people are doing it all over the place. Right after that game, I go 0 for my next 25, and I don't get a hit for 3 weeks. So I should have probably just hung him up and been done after that game. But yeah, just to give you some insight there. That's exactly what happened. So I'm hoping Tice Armstrong has some better luck. Don't let it get in your head, dude. Don't go get slammed after you hit 3 homers and let it get to your head. Don't let it happen. Long season ahead.
He's still got 55 of those, by the way. 55 of those, buddy. You better be hot and ready for more, because if he hits, I mean.
What you're no say it, Corey? He's on track for 180.
Yeah, what if he's on track for 100?
He's on track for $180 and 590 RBIs.
He might be the best college player of all time.
Do we have a Golden Spikes game 1?
What do you mean the best player? He's the greatest baseball player ever. Today, he is better than Ohtani. What he just did. You guys know I'm a big Kool-Aid guy. I have sipped it. 3 Grammys in one night.
Another thing is how rare it is to just get 3 at bats with the bases juiced.
Yeah. Match made in heaven.
Good for those guys in front of him, though. Hell yeah, get on base for him.
Yeah, get on base.
All right.
We're going to load him up and you're going to go yard every time. We get 4 runs, sure.
We'll take it. And our last highlight before we move into today's action. Who doesn't love a good walk-off home run? How about Chris Katz from the Mercer Bears?
Katz started the day 2 for 2 since hitless. Now trying to protect the plate. He hits one deep right field. Back to the track, back to the wall. That ball's gone. The Mercer Bears opening day magic. Chris Katz puts the Bears on his back and walks us off here in Macon, Georgia. Katz.
How about them Bears? How about Ben Upton's Mercer Bears? And how about that guy in the booth? What a call on that home run.
Yeah, what a
Solid call.
Troy had some very, very high hype going into the season, too. Shout out to the Bears.
Yeah, big year last year, building some momentum in that program for sure. Huge win for the Mercer Bears on opening day. If any of you guys have any other comments about yesterday, now's the time. If not, let's do this thing. What do you guys say?
I'll just say Chris Katz just jumped up on my favorite players to watch. 0-2 backside booyah. I don't want it.
That's balls. That's stones.
I mean, that's just staying dialed. It's 0-2 and he goes backside. You got to love that.
You're hitting that with 2 strikes. Come on, one time. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, boys. Let's do this thing. Let's get into these Saturday matchups. First one of the day that we are going to break down, the in-state Oklahoma rivalry. We got the Oklahoma Sooners against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Let's see here. The Oklahoma Sooners yesterday coming off a big 10-3 win over Texas Tech. Honestly, really competitive ball game there until they got into that Tech bullpen and they were able to bang some balls around. They really busted it open there in the 8th inning with this Brendan Brock grand slam that I will show you guys here real quick.
Especially against this bullpen of Texas Tech. High fly ball into center. This is deep. This is gone. Brock with a grand slam to blow it wide open for Oklahoma. These Oklahoma hitters putting on a show today. 3rd home run of the game for the Sooners.
You heard it. Sooners put on a show with the bats, but also how about the starting pitcher? The big lefty Cam Johnson goes over 100 pitches on opening day, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts, showing some stones, showing some heart. Big start out of him, and looks like they may have found their ace over there and for the Sooners.
That takes some of these to get on the bump for 100 pitches.
Yeah,
I take some of those to get on the bump for 100 day one. But if you're built for it day one, go for it, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they will be starting LJ Mercurius, the right-handed pitcher. He is a UNLV transfer. So Corey, I'm actually curious if you remember him from last year and have any insight for us. Last year at UNLV, he went 4-3 with a 3.57 ERA, 53 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, and 25 walks. And then for Oklahoma State, coming off a 12-2 loss to Arkansas, again, pretty competitive ball game, kind of hung around there for a little bit until Arkansas busted it open late. They will be starting Mario Peshka. He is I believe he's a 6'8" frame guy, transferred in from St. John's last year. Last year, he was 6-2 with a 3.67 ERA, 56 innings pitched, 53 strikeouts, and 16 walks. I think he had most of his time or a lot of time out of the bullpen yesterday. So might be a little bit of an adjustment for him to make this start today. But boys, big matchup, big in-state rivalry. Who are we going with today?
I think I'm staying red hot with the Boomer Sooners from Oklahoma. I mean, the Cowboys, they're always got their bats, but I think Oklahoma is going to be a tough one this year, all year round. But, I think I'm sticking with Boomer Sooners right here.
Yeah, I would agree there with Corey. I'm going to go with the Sooners. I just remember watching them the past few years, their lineup is always all on the same page. Feel like they have a very good plan going to the plate as a group, and they execute it pretty well, win a lot of ball games. So I will go with the Sooners.
Jack, what do you got?
I like that a lot, Corey. They're one of those offenses. Well, now I don't want to say copy and paste because that does feel a little disrespectful because they got some dudes, but it is very understanding year in and year out exactly who they are. I think that's why they stay in a lot of these games, right? Because they go in and execute at a really high level. It's not like they're going in and relying on the long ball. How about this? Can I throw a breaking ball in here? I couldn't hit at those either. But what was the total on this bad boy?
We have not gotten a total yet.
No totals yet. Too early on in the game. But this is Bedlam, folks. This is Oklahoma and Oklahoma State where the nights are a bit darker in Stillwater. Okay, fine. We might be playing it indoors with a roof, but tomato. I like the runs here. I think a ton of offense in this game.
Ton
Going to learn a lot about Oklahoma State today after kind of a little bit of a, beat down yesterday to arguably one of the best programs in the country in Arkansas. But I really like this team. I don't know if, again, I'm still a little bit hungover from that regional in Athens when I watched Colin Ritchie had the greatest 15 minutes a baseball player might have ever had on the planet. But really love this Oklahoma State offense. With that being said, I'm kind of with Colin here. I hate to go clean slate. As a guy that grew up in the great state of Texas, picking both of these teams makes me a little bit queasy. So I'll take the Sooners in anticipation of Colin Ritchie hitting 3 more homers today, and then I lose. But we'll see what happens.
Let's go.
Yeah, I originally going into this, I would have loved. I'm pretty high on this Cowboy team, and obviously they run into Arkansas, one of the best teams in the country yesterday. I love them to bounce back, and I think this is actually going to be a neck and neck dogfight game for the first 6-7 innings. But I am going to go with, after the pitching, the defense, the cleanliness of the defense, the middle infield, and just the lineup, the passing the baton and just having guys locked in, trying to get jobs done, not trying to do too much. Give me the Sooners to get into this Cowboy bullpen a little bit and pull away late. Give me the Sooners.
That's good.
All right.
Love it.
So if you're a betting man, I'd take Oklahoma State because we all just
Can I save the board and go back and take the Pokes?
Yeah,
Should I save us, gentlemen?
Yeah, save the board.
Yeah, right. I'd like to fade my gut here, and I'll take the Pokes in order to save our first Saturday, gentlemen. We can't on our first.
Yeah, I was just
saying that. All right, I'll take the Pokes. I'll be the good guy here. Or let's go anyway.
I love it. All right, and our next matchup on the board today, we got the Arizona Wildcats against the Oregon State Beavers. Both of these teams coming off a loss yesterday. Arizona drops their opening day 10-7 loss to Stanford, who keep an eye out for the trees this year. Really impressive opening day. They were just a really young team last year, and I expect them to kind of be middle of the pack, be pretty competitive in the ACC this year. But Arizona Wildcats, they are starting Smith Bailey, a guy who is a stud, had a lot of starting experience from last year. Last year, he was 3-3 in 18 starts, had a 3.94 ERA, 80 strikeouts in 32 innings, can really spin it. It's got some nasty strikeout stuff. And then we got the Beavers coming off the 5-3 loss to Michigan. They will be starting the left-hander Ethan Kleinschmidt. Last year, he was 8-5 with a 3.56 ERA, 91 innings pitched, 113 strikeouts, and 36 walks. Boys, what do we got on the board today?
I mean, Arizona, with my experience, just straight up bangs. I don't think they're going to stop having hot bats in the lineup. Granted, I think Oregon State is all around probably one of the most fundamental teams I've seen play baseball. But I don't know. I think I'm sticking with the Big 12 here. Big 12 here with the Arizona Wildcats.
All right.
I disagree. I'll say it. I disagree. I think Oregon State, like Kling said, they're one of the most fundamental. Like, they play a lot of clean baseball. This game was kind of a coin flip to me. I think both teams are really, really good. I think it's whoever plays a cleaner game will come out on top, and I think that will be Oregon State.
Folks, is that the first not so fast of the season?
Yeah.
You said it.
Not so fast.
That might be.
You hit it so kind. It was, I'm with you, though. I'll take the Beavers, too. I think Mitch Canham, they bounced back after last night. And to your point, I think when we refer to an Oklahoma offense as being really consistent copy and play, like every year this offense has got big leaguers in it. We're still trying to figure out who it is after a ton of guys walked out that door last season. But I have no doubt that it will. Arizona, obviously, we're talking about, an Omaha 8 team, but coming off of the injury to Tony Pluta, like, are we still a little bit of shaken, maybe not stirred quite yet heading into 26? I think they're going to be just fine. I think they'll be in the top level and upper echelon of the Big 12 again. But I really like Oregon State. This is a fun matchup. 2 Omaha teams. Like, this is what we do this for. So I'll take the Beavs, though, as well.
All right. This one's interesting. I really like the starting pitching matchup here. Again, I wish we had a total out. This one's weird because I think based off the starters, I would take the under here. But again, we got the injury of Tony Pluta. Oregon State's bullpen is good, but we saw those guys come in yesterday and it was just a little shaky. So I'm curious to see how that looks. Both of these lineups, both kind of managing to put the pieces together. We saw Arizona had a little more success than Oregon State yesterday. Give me the Wildcats to come in here and be a slight dog and make a statement and get on the board with their first win of the year. Give me the Arizona Wildcats. Let's go, Clay.
Let's go. Here we go.
2-2 split.
Here we go.
All right, and our next matchup of the day, we have the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders in Globe Life Field. Vanderbilt coming off of a 5-4 loss to TCU, probably the best game of the day yesterday. Shout out to Colin Barcy. I know they only put up 4 runs, but they were absolutely mashing baseballs yesterday. And again, Colin Barcy, 3 home runs on the day and a 5-4 loss, which is crazy. But here we go. Here is Colin Barcy's 3rd home run of the day from yesterday.
The 3-2. High drive. He's done it again. A hat trick for Colin Barcy. His 3rd homer of the game.
There you go, Ben. That's a professional player right there. You know, he just flushes the air, gets back into the box, gets a pitch he can extend on, does it again. 3 home runs today for Colin Barcy. Have a day.
Crushed.
Yeah. 3 home runs, 3 absolute nukes. I think all of them made their way into the second deck. So they were absolutely teeing off on some balls. Tommy Lepore pitched a great game for TCU, but if this was in a different ballpark, I think the Commodores put up more than 4 yesterday. They were finding some barrels for sure. Today, they will start Austin Nye, the right-handed pitcher. Last year, he was 2-1 with a 3.55 ERA, 50.2 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, and 22 walks. And the Red Raiders coming off that 10-3 loss to Oklahoma, like I said, neck-and-neck ball game until we got into the bullpen in the late innings there. They will start Lucas Perko, who, Corey, I know for a fact he pitched against the Bearcats last year.
Took him yard.
Last year he was – did you?
Oh, yeah, I did. Took a backside yard. Come on.
Let's go. Lucas Perko, right-handed pitcher. Last year he was 0-4, 7.25 ERA, 36 innings pitched, 30 strikeouts, 20 walks. Bullpen guy last year. I do remember he has some pretty good stuff, can run that fastball into the 9s and mixes in a pretty good split changeup. But, I mean, hey, if Kling took a beat.
Buddy, I'm going against these dudes all day today. I'm going against them all day. Give me this SEC Commodores. I mean, Vandy, they kind of look gross this year. I mean, we're 1 game in, but they can look like they can bang it around the park a little bit, you know? I mean,
I'm with you here. I think Perko's got a chance to keep him in it early, but I'm going with the Commodores. I think they come in hungry today. A lot of barrels yesterday. They couldn't find any ground. Give me the Commodores all day today.
Commodores. What you guys got?
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you guys. I personally, in this game, I think Vandy kind of runs away with it.
Yeah.
They might win by a decent margin here.
Not hitting the run rules.
5 or 6 runs, maybe. I think they might run away with it at the end of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that number's a little bit tighter than I thought. You know, not to no disrespect to the Raiders, but I do think that this is a Vanderbilt team that we forget was the number 1 team in the country last year. They returned a lot of big-time offensive pieces. By the way, Colin Barcy, any other guys that you guys rocked or played with, to me, it's like a la Roger Clemens with the 1 batting glove and naked on top. Like, it's always such a funky look, but until you hit 3 homers, like, you could go up there in a G-string, and I probably wouldn't second guess it. Like, oops, who cares? No, it's a really fun offense. Like, they've got some big time pieces, and I think when you look at what Corbs has done, especially in the back end from a bullpen standpoint, I think that's going to be their question mark. They sure things up there. They're in a good spot. I like Vandy today, and I like the over. I like 12 runs today. I think that feels like a lock source rack. So if I was going to take anything, I'd probably take that too, along with the run line.
Yeah, Globe Life over's scary, but I think we get one. I think we get one here today.
We saw a lot of homers hit there yesterday.
A lot of homers.
What did Globe Life do to the air?
I don't know. Maybe they switched the fans in there. They're blowing out.
You guys are missing the variable. Are we not convinced that the baseballs are back?
The baseballs are back.
They look like they disappeared for a little bit.
Yeah,
they disappeared the 4 years that I played. That's why I didn't have any pumps.
Exactly.
Yeah, it seems
I
like
don't
the
know
ball
why.
went.
And then like all of a sudden they got juiced right when I got done playing.
Yeah, it seems like they were going nowhere when I was playing.
Yeah, what the
bunch
heck?
of bullshit.
Yeah, someone put a hole
again,
in my bat and I'm under the ball.
Since I will be taking Vanderbilt today on the books as well, I'm gonna show a little clip just to fire all of us Vandy riders up a little bit on how they managed to lose this game to the TCU Horned Frogs yesterday.
Got him. What a job by England. Brian, and they throw it away. No way. A massive blunder by Vanderbilt. They throw it away on the toss down to first, and TCU somehow takes the lead.
Wow.
Just like that puts them up 5-3. And then as you can see, Barcy does come back and hit his third home run in the game to get them within one. So when you look back on it, you make a throw to first base, you might end up winning that ball game. I think Tim Corbin, we know what he preaches. He preaches fundamental baseball. I think he got in their ass yesterday. I think they're going to be fired up for some ball today. Go get a win, make a statement, make a big statement.
Yeah.
We're going to run away with it. I'm telling you. 5 runs, at least.
Let's talk about our mid-major series of the week. In my opinion, actually the best 3-game series of baseball that we have this weekend. UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos are in Pete Taylor Park to take on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. They take game 1 last night. I had a little nugget on this one. Last year, the Gauchos, you want to know how many times they left the state of California to play baseball?
Wasn't it like 2?
One weekend, and it was in Hawaii.
Oh, my God.
So how about those Gauchos going into the Pete on opening day? Not an easy environment. And taking them down game 1, they had Jackson Flora on the mound. He absolutely shoved.
98, 99, 100.
Yeah. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Here's him running up to a hundo in the first inning.
318 back in 2024. All Sun Belt selection. 1-2 at 100 miles an hour. He finishes off Davis Gillespie. First strikeout of the season for Jackson Flora. Santa Barbara.
Bringing the gas. I think we're going to have another great pitching matchup today. The Gauchos are throwing Calvin Prosky, the right-hander. Last year, he was 5-4 with a 3.78 ERA, 66 innings, 71 strikeouts, and 17 walks. Southern Miss is throwing the lefty Graydon Harris. He's 5-3 with a 3.39 ERA, 58 innings pitched, 46 strikeouts, 25 walks. I'll be honest, I was on the under here yesterday at 10.5, and I think at 11.5, I am tempted to take it again, just with the style of play that the Gauchos are playing on offense too. A lot of small ball, a lot of trying to scratch 1 or 2, and you see Southern Miss, they always got good arms in the pen. So my first reaction here is the under, but boys, let me hear your thoughts on the game.
I've always been a big fan of those Golden Eagles. A couple of my buddies been down there. They've been banging down there. You know, that place rocks. But there's something about these Gauchos that come in there, and they got a little edge to them. They got a little dog in them. They got a little fight in them. That really has that West Coast grit to it. So I think I'm going with the underdog, the Santa Barbara Gauchos.
All right.
Quinn, is that your dog of the day?
Yeah, that is my dog of the day too.
Day? I love it. I think Southern Miss bounces back today. They don't lose a lot of games in that ballpark. I think the offense will figure it out today. I could see a lot of runs scored by Southern Miss here in the Golden Eagles, but I know, John, you said you were on the under. We'll see exactly what happens, but I think the offense figures it out. They find a way to put up some extra runs and run away with this one too.
Yeah, I'm with you, Corey. I think it's a if your lay of the day would be, to me, if you like Southern Miss, take the over with it. If you like the Gauchos, take the under with her. I think too that this, for Southern Miss, it would be hard to believe that this doesn't go to a rubber match tomorrow. So just for that reason alone, I'll take the Eagles.
Yeah, on a Thursday night show when talking about this series, I said that it might be a poor strategy, and I literally said, whoever loses this game Friday, I will most certainly be betting them Saturday. I don't know if it's just my optimistic brain, but I feel like this series is way too good to not go to a game 3. Give me the Golden Eagles to bounce back in a big way. Limited to 1 run last night. And I think it wasn't a super exciting run late. It was just kind of to cut the deficit a little bit. Those fans were pent up all night, waiting to burst out into make some loud noises. Give me the Eagles. Give me Pete Taylor Park to be rocking today. I think the Eagles bounce back today, and I think they take the series. I think they show some heart, some grit out of that team that we see every single year. And give me the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, baby.
Let's go.
All right. And for our last game of the day, in my opinion, maybe the game of the week, we got the TCU Horned Frogs versus the Arkansas Razorbacks. Both of these teams coming off huge wins yesterday. Let's start with how about that freshman down in Fort Worth, Lucas Franco? Check it. He just missed 1 home run. Let's talk about this one that he put well into the seats and right.
Accounting for all 3 runs, but Lucas Franco just missed one.
Boy,
didn't miss that one.
Miss that. Oh, another one goes downtown, and we're tied at 2. Welcome to college baseball, Lucas Franco. Wow.
Just missed one his first at bat, hit it dead center. Missed it by a couple of feet, but he did not miss that one. That ball was up at least 15 rows here at Globe Life Field, and that was a no-doubter. First home run of Lucas Franco's collegiate career, probably the first.
How about that? And how about this Horned Frogs lineup? I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of those in his next 2 to 3 years down there in Fort Worth.
Dude, they got some dogs. I mean,
the
Frogs got dogs. You got Straw-Snyder, you got both the Francos. I mean, buddy, I don't know. It's hard to bet. I hate them because I played against them and we lost to them. But it's hard to hate them because you hate them because you ain't them. It's about what I'm trying to say, because it's going to be hard to stop them. And I think with all the talent they got, it's going to, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Hogs also coming off a huge win yesterday. How about this bomb from the catcher, Ryder Helfrich?
Big hitting catcher, Ryder Helfrich. 15 home runs, 305 average last year. Takes a charge at the first one. This one's going back. He feels right at home, leaving the yard. 2-run shot.
How about that?
Yeah.
And
I mean, how about those Arkansas fans too?
Yeah.
They
definitely traveled the best out of anyone. It was honestly funny because people were asking like, oh, is this going to be a TCU packed crowd or a Texas Tech packed crowd being in Globe Life? It's like, boys,
yes, sir.
Those boys from Arkansas love their ball.
Those
and they will be packing that. Yeah, they call them the Omaha Hogs for a reason. And they were definitely loud last night, making a statement. Talking about the starting pitchers for today, TCU will be starting Mason Brassfield, the left-handed pitcher, Last year, he was 5-2 with a 4 ERA, 61 innings, 68 strikeouts, 23 walks. And Arkansas will be starting Hunter Dietz, another left-handed pitcher, a kid who's only thrown 1.2 innings in the last 2 seasons, if I have that correctly. So interesting one, because you'd like to see maybe a little more stability or experience out of an Arkansas Saturday guy, but there's no doubt in my mind that they have arms out the ass down there, and this kid's probably the bullpen too. I mean, this kid, he's thrown 1.2 innings in the last 2 seasons, but I'll bet against him, and he'll come out there and look like Cy Young for 6 innings today.
The more and more we talk about it, I'm getting urging towards the Horned Frogs, but I don't know how you bet against the Omaha Hogs. I don't know how you do it, but I don't know. I think I'm sticking with my gut here. It could have been my underdog, could have been, but I think I'm going Horned Frogs.
I'm with you, dude. Let's do it. I know people are going to hate this. I'm going against Arkansas. I think TCU, I just love the fire that they showed up yesterday with. I'm looking for the Horned Frogs to make a huge statement in weekend 1. I got them in Omaha. I got them winning the Big 12. I'm looking for them to make a huge statement today. I will not bet this game because I don't have that big of balls, but give me the Horned Frogs in the pick.
I love it. You got your pick, but you won't bet them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm on the Arkansas Razorbacks here. I just think Mr. Van Horn, I'm a big fan of him at the helm. I think he knows how to win a lot of baseball games. I know maybe Mr. Dietz here, 1.2 innings pitched the last 2 seasons. I think he's going to be excited to get back out there. He's going to fill up the zone, and then the offense will take care of itself. I like Arkansas here. I think the crowd could play a factor as well, like we just were talking about earlier. A lot of Arkansas fans traveled. It'll be filled up in Globe Life, and I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. You keep charting the way, and I think, gentlemen, you guys all make great points. First off, let's talk about those TCU unis that we rocked yesterday. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, boys.
Yeah,
just fresh, so clean. They're so big league. Like
big league. They're so big league. I hate to say they're so big league.
They're so big. I mean, they've got animales littered throughout that lineup, a star on Friday nights. They've got the makings of a team that can go win it all. Like, truthfully, right? Like, I don't and I'm not just saying that because their head coach wears flip-flops like I do. Like, you're not going to find anybody that likes Kirk Saarloos as much as this guy here. With that being said, you see what Arkansas did yesterday. America's backstop, right? Or Helfrich goes bananas. He lives up to the bill in day 1. And you see some pieces, some complimentary dudes that fill in really well around him as well. You talk about this matchup, to your point, and Cole, you say it perfectly, right? Like, DVH is one of the best that we have in our game for a reason. They are inevitable. And with that being said, I have made my breakout star, that dude, Micah New, Pig Sue on a Saturday afternoon in Texas. I'll take the Hogs.
Yeah, it's another thing. I'm kind of really high on. I like the idea of, and you hear it in sports, the year after the year. Last year, it kind of felt like it was Arkansas's year, and I don't know. I heard someone say that a couple weeks ago, and I'm starting to like it more and more. I am taking the Horned Frogs today, but obviously, I am high on the Razorbacks having a big season. I do kind of like that year after the year. Love DVH, but
year after the year,
I am going with the Horny Frogs today. All right. Well, that wraps up our matchups for today. We have one more thing here for you. Me, Cole, and Corey are going to do this every week. We're going to pick 3 underdogs for a 3-team underdog parlay to hopefully make us a little bit of coin here. So, boys, let's go around the block. Give me your underdogs. We'll see what the odds are at, and we'll give them the pick.
I alluded to mine earlier, and I don't want to shy away. You guys made great points about the Golden Flashes at Southern Miss. I mean, granted, those dudes, they can bang the ball around the yard and they can throw it. But I don't know. There's something about those Santa Barbara boys from the West Coast that know how to play some gritty baseball. So that's my underdog of the day. Doesn't seem like they're underdog with a dude throwing 100 miles an hour yesterday, but
yeah,
boys, I think those Gauchos are coming different this year.
All right, the Gauchos for pick 1. Cole, what do you got?
John, I'm going with the team me and you both love. We've talked about them ever since I've started hopping on the podcast. The Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yes.
Underdogs today against Northeastern. Last night they topped UConn 12-2. They had 16 hits in the opener. Played clean baseball, no errors. I like the Cornhuskers here. I was a little surprised to see them at some plus money, some dog mentality, but yeah, I think Nebraska will get it done today. Obviously,
I love that.
They looked really well put together last night. So that's my pick for the underdog.
Love that. I actually think I'm going to take them straight today as well.
Yeah.
I like them coming off a big win and getting the win over Northeastern. For my for the third leg, give me the Kent State Golden Flashes. Our guy Nick Bennett, we just had him on the pod this week.
Yeah.
He's firing up that pitching staff. Big 8-3 win over Southeastern Louisiana last night. Give me the Kent State Golden Flashes to take the series today. That's at plus 145. Let's see here. I just parlayed all of these three together. We're getting plus 1137. So hey, boys, let's throw $10 on there, and what are we looking at winning here?
Well, 10.
Yeah, 10 to win $113.79. Let's lock it in, boys. First one of the year. Let's get going. Let's get going.
Locked.
All right. Well, that wraps up the first college baseball Saturday of the year. We will be doing this every week for the rest of the season. If you joined here live, thanks for coming to hang out today. Jack, thank you for joining us and kicking this show off. If you want to hear more of Jack, he will be in the booth for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers tonight. So go check him out on ESPN+. But Jack, thank you for spending some time with us this morning.
No, appreciate you guys having me, man. It was an absolute freaking blast. This is why we're doing it, man. Love what you guys are crushing. And I learned something new today. You didn't take your Cats to win the Big 12. You're not as big of a homer like myself as maybe I thought. Good on you for being objective.
We had plenty of conversations about it. We had
I bet. Sorry, I had to throw a little bit of spice in the soup.
I know.
Hey, by the way, we shout them out. They looked good yesterday.
Dude, those dudes look gross. Young and hungry.
They handle business. I sprinkled on them to make Omaha, but yeah.
I was just messing around. I had to. I'm gonna make Omaha. I love it. We see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
There you
Jack,
go. You like what you're stepping in.
Jack, you like the Bearcats a little bit? Just like you're like this whole year. Like, what's your thoughts on them?
Coach, I'm a fan of JP, so I'm a fan of the Cats, and now I'm a fan of you two. So I'm telling you, I've said from the jump, I used the wrong verbiage for a long time. Not blackmail, but I am easily bribed and persuaded. Basically, like when I've got personal boys in the foxhole, I'm not dipping the toe. I'm diving right in with. So
let's go.
Yeah,
Clang, he's still a little bit upset. He had the Duke Blue Devils in Omaha last year, and when the Bearcats went down there and put that belt to ass, I think that put a little salt in his wound a little bit.
Well, it wasn't even salt in the wounds. I was like, okay, I was unaware. I was unaware of what we had going on over here. Excuse me.
Oh my god. That hype video explains all their noise. Like, they're fast, speedy. They're gonna run. They're gonna steal bags. They're gonna bunt. I mean, yesterday they had like 4 bunt hits out of nowhere, and I watched 2 of the bunt hits, and the third baseman was playing for it. He was playing at third base, trying to defend it, and he couldn't.
It's just baseball ball. It's getting sped up. But again, boys, we could sit here and talk for another hour. Do we have any closing remarks before we get out of here?
Yeah, my last remark is Corey looks like an Olympic figure skater with those glasses on. All he's missing is the onesie. That's all I got.
I might show up in Omaha with a onesie on. A USA figure skating onesie.
Jack, if you ever make your way to the west side of Cincinnati, that's kind of what they just walk around looking like on the daily, just tank tops and shades and
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dews, beers, all the above.
I'm buying a flight now.
Cigarettes, yeah.
Cigarettes.
All the above.
The red 100s.
Yeah, bar breads all day. All right, boys.
That's awesome.
Great episode today. If you joined here live, thank you again. Go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. You'll be notified when we go live every time. And without further ado, we will see you guys next week. Thank you.